welcome you very specially to this edition of AIT Infotech Network. And on this edition, we shall be looking at the 2015 general elections, the social media, and the place of information technology. To discuss these issues with me in the studio are resource persons who, in their right, have seen it in different platforms as it relates to the social media and the use of information technology. I am yours, Hilary Damisa. Sitting next to me is Mr. Ikem Okuhu, who is a journalist and media strategist. Mr. Okuhu, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
We'll be having Mr. Roba Adeoye, who is the immediate past chairman of the Nigerian Computer Society Lagos State chapter. He is also the president, Information Technology Systems and Security Professionals. Mr. Roba Adeoye is a council member of the Computer Professionals of Nigeria. Mr. Roba, you're welcome.
Thank you. Happy 2015.
Thank you so much. Seated next to Mr. Roba Adeoye is Mr. Shola Fanoapo. He is the editor, Gulf Technology, and the managing director of Imaginations Communication. Mr. Shola, you're welcome to the
I'm honored to be on this program once again.
Thank you so much. The use of the social media in the 2015 general election has raised a lot of debates and arguments. Mr. Okuhu, what would you say the political parties are doing or not doing in terms of the use of the social media?
I would rather say, begin this discussion by talking about what Nigerians are actually doing with the use of the social media. Because for the very first time in our history, political aggregation, in terms of public opinion, in terms of harnessing information, is beginning from the ground and escalating upwards. Social media has made it possible for more Nigerians to enter the political space and take ownership of what is going on, rather than the previous situations whereby it is the political parties that actually scale things down to the grassroots. People are taking ownership of political discussion, as setting agenda for the political parties from the ground upwards.
Thank you so much, Okuhu. Now, Shola, he did say that Nigerians are setting the agenda for the political parties and the candidates on the social media space. Do you think this may have a likely effect on the elections, the electorate?
I call it the first social driven election in the country. You have to be very careful the way we analyze it. People are beginning to draw conclusions when we've not even seen the full effects of the social media. And we must allow a full-blown of a new paradigm shift. Like my friend Ikem said, this is a game changer. What we used to know before is that the politician will approach newspaper where there is no form of engagement. They talk down on the people, they say their candidature, they go to rallies where people may not even have opportunity to ask questions, where there are no form of engagement. So they go away with all the lies they will tell the electorate. But the thing is changing. Now people have built a platform. We have about 11 million Nigerians. That is about 6% of total population in Nigeria today on the social media.
That's huge.
Whereas we have only 0.3% of this same population reading newspaper every day.
Mr. Roba Adeoye, let's take a look at the information technology end of all of this discussion. Just last year, there were several meetings by the office of the National Security Advisor on cybersecurity, and sometime during the year, the cybersecurity bill passed the second reading at the National Assembly, which is now almost ready, awaiting the President's accent. How ready are we to fly with this within the precipice of the 2015 elections?
I flash back to regulatory environment. Internationally, it has been a war of should we have it, should we not have it. Somehow, somewhere, there must be somebody watching.
Okay, the watchdog.
The problem with the Nigerian situation is this. How independent will that watcher be? It's a big question. There is election and post-election. And the post-election, we are expecting some litigations. That alone bring to fore the issues of technology. We thumbprint, and when we thumbprint, that your thumbprint should be biometrically verified and then reanalyzed. So, this category of stakeholders, INEC, the lawyers, are they well versed in that cybercrime and electronic evidence? The third, the professionals. How many computer forensic experts do we have now in Nigeria? In Nigeria today, the law says for you to be recognized as an IT person, what we call CPN, you should have registered. A smart lawyer that knows that most of the experts do not do that. We just go to court and say, Mister, did you register with CPN? Your evidence cannot fly.
Shola, you have a reaction to Adeoye's point?
Yeah, I think majorly the challenges I see is how all the stakeholders in the election processes are not taking advantage of the social media. If you look critically at the two last elections we had in Ekiti and Osun State, if you follow the election very well, people use the social media to even collate the result of the election.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, what we have is just a 0.3% error in Ekiti and a 0.2%
in
error
Osun.
in Osun State.
You actually have 99%.
That shows you what? Nobody will rely
Solely on
INEC to determine the result of election next year, outcome of election next year. And nobody can regulate the social media from telling us the result of the election.
Looking at the political parties, how much do you think they can actually truly sell their agenda on the social media space? For instance, the PDP Twitter handle as of this week had about 27,000 followers. That's huge. The APC Twitter handle had about 73,000 followers. Now, how much do you think the political parties can convincingly sell their manifesto and their roadmap?
Let me say, on the contrary, that what it's going to do is that it will now empower Nigerians first and foremost to take ownership of their government from those who officially are sitting down there as political office holders. And when this happens, what that person will do, who is now in charge of government affairs, is that he will owe his stay in power, his tenure in office, to the people. And because of the platform that enabled his emergence, he will be focusing on developing that platform for himself, for his future political ends, and for his party.
Can you say that INEC and the judiciary are ready in terms of computer-based evidences?
I know that a lot of computer forensic training is going on in the country. And but I cannot speak for either INEC or judiciary. From our own point of view, information technology security, we are looking at capacity building. The only people you can rely on is NIDA. So we will pass the ball back to the court of NIDA. Are they equipping? Are they developing the MDAs, because INEC is still part of them, are they developing them or prepare enough ground, infrastructure-wise and human capacity building along that line?
What is your final on the modesty and moderation on social media and the effects on the elections?
Well, you just said it, but the question has been answered earlier. The election results were not going to be
Announced on the Facebook.
announced on Facebook. But, those of us who are Christians,
And those of us who are Muslims.
there are some spirits they call monitoring spirits. Facebook, Twitter, and the social media are the monitoring spirits following those who are moderating the elections and significantly mitigating against you coming to Lagos, maybe monitoring the election, and as you voting in a polling booth, and as you go in, if 52 people voted, you go home and see 500 results. 500 people voted. But ultimately, the decision to vote has also been inspired by the social media. The decision to support particular candidates is increasingly being inspired not by rallies, not by newspapers. I'm giving you an example.
What do you think Nigerians should watch out for and be careful for the success of the 2015 elections, even with the social media and information security?
I want to tell you something. If what I witnessed in Osun State, the effect of that will reduce tension considerably. In Osun State, by 12:30 a.m. at their result.
Shola, your final take.
Thanks to social media, we are going to have the most transparent election in the history of Nigeria. Because, like Ikem said, social media will not tolerate any hanky-panky. Social media will not tolerate the rigging of any election. Gone are the days that anybody will declare results where election did not take place. Can assure you, because of social media, we are going to have the most transparent election in 2015.
Thank you so much. And viewers at home, we thank you for staying tuned to the program AIT Infotech Network. Once again, on behalf of all of us all, we thank you, Ikem Okufu,
Thank
for
you very
coming on the
much.
program.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Robert Adioye, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Our pleasure.
And Shola Fanowako, we thank you for honoring our invitation.
It's always my pleasure to be
They
here.
will come your way. Subsequently, have a good day.